TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Welcome back to TGR News.
Shalom from Israel.
Well, guess what I'm going to say? A lot's happened.
New things you're saying.
It's a lot's happening.
Yeah, that's good. It's exciting.
Yeah, good. Well, we talked about it last week. Hezbollah shot 10 missiles, and right before that, 3. So altogether last week, they shot 13 missiles. They said they were aiming towards open fields, so Israel shouldn't retaliate. What are we now? Target practice? But what was interesting is the citizens of South Lebanon actually attacked the Hezbollah soldiers that shot the missiles. They don't want no.
About time, huh?
Yeah. I wish that happened in Gaza too.
Yeah. And I think it has happened in Gaza. You know, we don't get all the news out of Gaza.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing story.
But Hezbollah's trying to figure out a way to make it just like Israel and Hamas have been.
You've been saying that for months now, and you can see that's exactly what they're doing.
They're trying to. They don't want an all-out war. They know they can't win it, so they want a little attrition. You know, just you shoot at us a little bit, we'll shoot at you a little bit, and then we'll stop and have a slip. We'll call it a peace. Israel will call it a peace, and they'll call it a hudna.
Yeah.
You know, just wait till we rearm again, and we'll fight some more.
Yeah, you've been saying it forever, but now it's just you can see it's real. Yeah. It's real clear. That's exactly what they're doing. Well, the IDF said that they're ready for whatever Lebanon wants to shoot at them to do, and but they're not allowing them this new front that's opening up in tension with Lebanon to cause them to stop paying attention to what's happening in Iran and in the Persian Gulf, which is good. I mean, it's good that they come out and say it, but we know it's a fact, but it's good.
Yeah, you know, of course, if you don't never tell your enemy that we're not ready, so don't shoot now.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, but also I think it was more letting them know that if this is some kind of little thing you're doing to make us maybe not pay attention so much of what those ships in Persian Gulf or Iran, it's not going to work.
Yeah. Well, a whole lot of these things are. I don't know if you call them a false flag or not, but like these things going in the Persian Gulf right now, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of moving around in different areas. When you're looking at this hand's over here pretty busy, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that going on both sides all the time, and it's not never going to stop.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, well, Israel's going on more and more restrictions now for this corona stuff. Now we're back on mandatory wearing your mask, even outside, if you're in a group of 50 people and up.
Yeah. I wonder if that means if you're walking down the street, you know, how close 50 people within 6 feet?
I don't know what the
50 people.
I think they mean like if you go to an event like a party or a wedding or something, and you're. Yeah. I think that's what it's more for.
Well, the last time I went to Jerusalem, about a week ago?
Yeah.
I haven't been traveling a lot lately. About 80% of the people they was told they had to put it on.
Yeah.
But they was just wearing it down here.
Yeah.
They was wearing it down here, and some just didn't have it on at all. I mean, it was just an open rebellion.
Yeah, you go now to town, I'm sure you'll see, because they're starting to do a lot of tickets, very expensive tickets.
Yeah, but you know what? It's something really unhealthy going on here.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some more distractions here. I'm not sure. But the thing about it is, they're saying that the 6,000 people yesterday was tested positive in Israel.
Right.
6,000. That's the highest one I remember was 9,000. That was in the peak of the corona, right?
Yeah.
So it was 2 weeks ago we was talking about we're down to 0. There's no one in the hospital. Everything's okay. Now all of a sudden, bang, hospitals are full, and everybody's getting sick. 6,000.
Yeah, 6,000 new cases a day. Yeah.
So it's dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing.
Yeah. The whatchamacallit, there's also they passed a law where you have to be vaccinated to go to synagogue, to go pray.
I didn't read that anywhere, Joe, but I hope that's not true, because
that's on the news.
That's a direct affront to Judaism, you know, or to Christianity too. It's a direct affront to it. I don't think that they can get away with that. And if you want to find out who is the most likely people in this country to protest and get out of hand and really get violent, talk about the Haredim.
Yeah.
The Hasidics, the Orthodox, right?
Yeah.
When they get mad, they get mad.
Yep, they do.
And they'll burn the whole city down.
Well, the every day it seems to be, it was at 50, then 45, and just last night it was down. It got down to the age of 40. Anyone 40 and up now needs to get the third shot.
Is it a need to, or is this another mandatory?
Well, it's not mandatory. They're just going to make your life very miserable if you don't.
Yeah, well, you could tell how fast things are changing around here in Israel and around the world. I'm right here every day, just with Joe every day, and I don't hear a lot of this stuff, but
you don't watch the news in Hebrew, to the Israeli public.
I still watch it in English all the time. Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be mandatory now. They're working on it. It ain't passed yet to vaccinate your kids if you want to send them to school. Now, when I say kids, I'm talking about the 12 and up, which is also horrible. I mean, you can't make parents vaccinate their children, right? I mean, it's bad. It's real bad.
Well, anytime the government tells you what you can or can't do with your children, now there's limits to everything, right?
Yep.
You can't kill your children. You can't do mean things to them. The government get involved in that. But I'm talking about raising them on and their health and what you put into their bodies and what you do. When the government starts telling the parents you have to do what your kids have to do what we say, not what you say.
Yeah.
That's the end of the family.
Yeah.
That's the destruction of the family.
Absolutely. They're in Gaza. They had just built, and I didn't know about this until this news came out. They had just recently built a resort, so the wealthy in Gaza wanted to take a vacation, a beach resort.
Yeah.
It was open for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and Hamas bombed it after it's been open for 3 weeks because they had a pool party that men and women were attending the same pool party.
Yeah, I wonder if Obama was there. But that just how would you live in a city like that with that kind of rule, the Sharia law, right?
Yeah, it's insane. I mean,
it's totally insane.
Yeah, and people claim us for being mean to them or something. Look what they do to themselves.
Yeah. Well, it's sad. There's a lot of things going on in the world. Maybe I speak outside the world a little bit. Yeah, I'll tell you something that concerns me because we have a lot to do with the sea. You know, we have boats in the Mediterranean. The whole thing is the conveyor belt. You know what is the conveyor belt?
Yep.
Well, he's a licensed, big time licensed captain here, but it's slowing down, and it has an effect on the climate, and it's having an effect on weather everywhere, and there's a lot of things going on in the world that's just so terrible. Sometimes I think maybe if you can't look at all the trouble spots in one moment. You know? You take one at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anyway, it's really sad.
Yeah, it is. This week, Yair Lapid is going to be our next prime minister, but right now he's a foreign minister. He just came back from Morocco to start. He started up new peace talks with them there. So it looks like there will be another Arab country that Israel will be going to peace with.
Yeah. It's looking more and more like Amos 9:15, said we'll never be, after we come back this time, this is it, we got it forever, we're not going to be dispersed again.
Yeah.
More and more Amos 9:15 is looking more and more real, right?
Yep.
It's just, it's something else. Isaiah 11:11, that sends us out with the boats to bring them more home, right?
Right, amen. Yeah. Well, that was about it for this week. You got anything you want to talk about?
No, that's enough.
That's enough. Well, thanks for joining in, and until next week. Bye-bye.